Hey guys, how you doing this Sunday morning? I'm trying to get a little painting in while the sun's still up, while it's still a little warm, and before it gets too cool, too late in the season. My wife want the built some rails going down from the front porch down to the ground, or front porch rails, and now I'm priming them and getting ready to paint them. Anyway, the topic of this Sunday. And this is very, very important. The reason why I know it's important because I actually wrote this down. I actually made notes as it was coming up in my head, and I was doing my little bit of research. I made sure I made a little PowerPoint so I don't miss anything. Okay, so it's the top 9 reasons why we should strength train. And the reason why I picked this topic of the day is because I probably touched on it maybe the last Facebook Live, maybe the time before when someone was talking to me about, okay, I know you say strength training is important. So why? Why should we strength train? Especially women, okay? Especially women. One thing I struggle with women, and I say it again, is women think they're gonna look like bodybuilders. That is not gonna happen. In order for you to look like a man, you gotta be taking testosterone. In other words, you gotta be taking steroids, performance enhancement drugs of some sort, and that's not going to happen unless you're doing that. If you're seeing some woman that compete in some bodybuilding show and she look really really huge, then she's not natural. I don't care how hard you train. You can train just as hard as a man with intensity and the whole 9 and a good diet. You're not going to look like a man because you're not a man. You just don't produce that type of testosterone. So that's a big misnomer right there that a lot of women think they're going to look like, and that's really impossible, physically impossible, unless you're taking drugs. Okay, like I said, I wrote this down. Okay, well, the problem is with what I'm struggling with too is with all these like weight loss diets and all this multi-level marketing, shakes, and I'm not gonna call any names because it's not necessary. You guys know who I'm referring to. People say, well, I want to lose weight, and I want to lose weight. Well, yeah, but the thing about it is being fit and losing weight is 2 different things. Now, losing weight, you can lose weight, your mass comes from 4 different components of your body. It can be water, strength, it can be muscle, it can be fat, and it can be bone density, okay? The scale doesn't know the difference. The only thing the scale knows is you lost weight, and the only thing you know is you lost weight, and you might be jumping up and down and celebrating, and it's a chance you might be losing fat, but it's a good chance, depending on what kind of diet you had or whether you're working out, that you can be losing bone density and you can be losing muscle mass and not losing any fat at all. So with that said, now you might see some small people, probably genetically small, genetically thin, doesn't mean they're fit. It means they're small. And what I mean by that is they can have a high fat percentage to muscle, hardly any muscle at all, and be really tiny and frail bones. So that's not what you want. And I actually have a couple of clients, and had many clients over the years that actually signed with me just because of that reason, because they want to build bone density, not necessarily build muscle, which they're going to build muscle anyway. That's going to come with it. That's like a byproduct. But they have to build bone density, and all doctors agree the only way you really gonna build bone density is to strength train. You got to put some type of stress on your body in order for it to adapt, and that's what it is. It's adaptation. Okay, that's what builds bone density and muscle mass. And what I mean by that is our bodies is created to adapt to whatever stress is under. So if you say, okay, I want to build muscle mass, well, how do you do that? Well, why would your body do that? Your body looks at you like, why do I need muscle? Well, you give it a reason. Okay, when you strength train and you go in and you lift in hard, the harder you lift, the more muscle you're going to build, because when your body's up under that stress and you leave the gym and you go home, what your body going to do as it repairing muscle is going to say, you know what? I got to repair my muscle and come back big and strong than I did last time, because I know that I must survive, because it's based on survival. Okay? It's going to build more bone density. It's going to build more muscle. And then as you train harder again, you break down muscle tissue. What it's going to do? the same thing. Likewise, it's going to build more muscle mass and thicker bone density because, hey, I got to survive. That's how the body functions. That's the design of a human body. There's no way you're going to get naturally, any type of muscle mass or lean bone or bone density by not doing anything or just taking some type of substance or prescription. You have to work out. Okay, now with that being said, sometimes you see thin women, not only do they lack body fat, but also metabolism is sluggish. They're not functionally strong. When I mean functionally strong, I mean, you know, sometimes we got to carry the kids, sometimes we got to carry groceries out the car, we have to work on things, we have to climb the ladder, and you want to make sure you got good balance and strength, that you don't fall off. So that's functional things that you do from day to day that's very important, that you have to prepare your body for. Okay, has nothing to do with size now, to a degree. Okay, just because you're small don't mean that you have those attributes. Okay, so number one, okay, when the number one reason as far as building or strength training is to build muscle mass or to gain strength. And like I was just saying, that's because I'll give you a good example. You know how when a person get older, they say to get shorter, or you know, they have issues with their nerves in their spine or their central nervous system. When you think about it, when you lose muscle mass, you think of your spine. Your muscle holds your skeletal muscle. Okay, your muscles hold your skeleton up. Okay, so as your muscles get weaker, what happens? Your skeleton start to contract down like this more and more because your muscles are getting weaker. Okay, as your muscles stay strong, your skeletal muscles, your skeleton is held up in proper, you know, form. Okay, so in other words, your spine and all your nerves not getting pinched in your vertebrae because of muscles, you know, just totally getting weaker. All right, that's number one. Number two, lose body fat. Okay, doing cardio, and this is scientifically proven now, and I encourage y'all guys to do your research. Always check behind me. I just put the information out there, but I want y'all guys to check this stuff out and really know this for a fact for yourselves. Okay, losing body fat when you're doing cardio, you only burning fat or calories in the action of cardio. So if you're doing cardio for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, well, when you stop, calorie burn stops. But when you strength train, you can burn calories up to 24 hours after your strength training session is over. Okay, it boosts your metabolism, it builds it, and you build muscle, you burn more calories, and so forth and so on. So losing body fat, number two. Okay, number three, all right, it alleviates anxiety, stress, and depression. Okay, everyone knows, like I say, doctors also know that strength training, like you say, like runners, they get the runner's high, you know, and it releases those feel good endorphins in the brain, and it relieves a lot of stress off of, you know, your day-to-day life as far as work life in a week. I'll give you an example on that. Let's see. Say a gazelle. Okay, a gazelle's out in the forest. A gazelle sees a lion or a tiger. Okay, what it does, it freezes. Okay, the stress hormones come up, cortisol. All right. Now, what that is, that's a fight or flight hormone. When, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to fight, defend myself, or I'm going to run to save my behind. Okay. Well, as those stressors build, okay, they explode and run and take off. They burn off that hormone. They burn off the stress, because that's what stress is, to build up and then explode, burn off, you know, that hormone. Now, if you're working in an office and you have a desk job and you're not doing anything physical, you're not working out, you're not doing any explosive movements to burn off those stressors, okay, you working all during the day and you're stressed out, things are going wrong, you know, the boss is on your back, you got to hit deadlines, you got this going on, boom, 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 boom. You get home and you're totally stressed out. Next thing you know, you got headaches, you got stress headaches, you got aches, you got pains, and your blood pressure is through the roof because you never burned off that stress hormone. So it's about explosive movement, you burning it off. Just like any type of gazelle, deer, or whatever in the woods that has to explode as far as the fight or flight movement. Okay. Improve chronic pain. Now, this is a little tricky one. Yes, when you first work out, it's going to be painful. You might wake up the next day and hate that you went to the gym the day before because of soreness, but that subsides over time. But when you work out, it really do relieve chronic pain. Pains you used to have or used to feel, you don't even feel it anymore. And one reason I believe it builds up a tolerance of pain. For number one, a body should always be in motion. We weren't created to be still. We always created to move constantly. Movement is very important in life. Never ever sit still. And what happened is, as you're working out and you're getting all the blood through the muscles, you're getting all the blood in the joints, all the fluid in the joints, you know, everything started to flow better. Okay. Not only that, when you're working out, you build your pain tolerance up higher and higher, where you might have pain, you know, sometimes, but you don't feel it because your tolerance is high just from working out in the gym and things like that. Now that's neuroscience there. That's just from experience, from sometimes that I might take a week or two off just to give my joints a rest, but my joints are rested, but sometimes I feel a little ache, I feel a little pain, you know, because I haven't been working out, and I get my butt right back into the gym while I work out at home. Okay, number 5, excuse me, that was number 4. Number 5, you sleep better. Okay, so I sleep like a baby, and I tell people in the gym, you know, I hear people come, and I do feel you, because let me tell you, I used to work at Firestone, and it was a rotating shift. So 7 days, you know, you're on one shift, and then 6 days you're on another shift, and then 7 days you're on another shift. So you work at first, second, and third. Well, you don't know where you're coming and going. My body didn't know when to sleep, when to stay woke, when it didn't know what to do. And I really didn't get good sleep unless I took some Tylenol PMs or something like that. So I really know how it is to go without sleep or to not be able to sleep. But my goodness, I am so serious. I sleep like a baby every night. It's very seldom, maybe once every 6 months, I might get a night that I don't sleep well, but rarely, and that really feels good. Okay, improve insulin sensitivity, and to tap on that, not to get into that too in depth in that, when you have more muscle, okay, when you have poor insulin sensitivity, what that is, insulin is just fuel for the muscles, period. It fuels your brain and it fuels your muscles. Okay, well, a type 2 diabetic, well, it gets to the point where your muscles are not absorbing insulin anymore. Okay, so the thing about it is, the more muscle you have, because I don't really want to get into that too deep, the more muscle you have, well, guess what, the more sugar your body's going to need. Okay, so the more carbohydrates your body is going to need, so what it's going to do is it's going to want to suck it out your bloodstream. All right, it's just like, I give you an example. If you got a car you got a 4-cylinder car, okay, with a small motor, and you got a big V8, you know, maybe a big SUV, and you got to go in the same destination, same route. Okay, well, you know what? The SUV, the one with the bigger motor, is going to burn more fuel. Well, it's the same thing with carbs. Same exact thing. The more muscle you have, the more carbs you're going to need. Okay, the more sugar, carbohydrates converts into sugar in the body, the more it's going to absorb into your muscles, because your muscles is demanding it. Now, it's a little more complicated than that, but I mean, basically, hey, that's what it is. Not to oversimplify it. Okay, so that's very important. So you want muscle. The less muscle you have, the less carbs your body's going to need, the less sugar your body's going to need. Okay, I give a better example. If you got 250-pound women, okay, one with more muscle and then the one with a lot less muscle, both same exact weight, sit them on the couch. Well, you know what? The one with more muscle is going to burn more calories just sitting on the couch, just because of muscle density. Okay, the more muscle you have, the more food you can get away with eating. So, not just you eat crappy foods, but that's just a fact. Number 8, okay, it improves good bad cholesterol ratio, not overall cholesterol. We want our good cholesterol raised and our bad cholesterol lowered. Okay, so it improves that as well. Okay, number 9, okay, probably, I don't want to say it's the most important because all of them are equally important, but it's up there. Okay, number 9, it raises your metabolism. Now, metabolism is just like if you were a kid, teenager, 18, 19, 20 years old, you can get away with eating all the crap, you get away with doing whatever, and you have to worry about getting fat. You always lost weight. Well, that's your metabolism. And let me tell you something. What's more importantly, that you know what, that goes back to muscle, because you know muscle is the huge part of your metabolism. Okay, remember, it burns calories. It needs those calories to survive. The more muscle you have, the more calories you're going to burn. So it raises your metabolism. So okay, now I'm gonna go through this again. Okay, number 9. Okay, being fit, and the top 9 reasons to strength train and to be fit is to build muscle and gain strength. Okay, because as we get older, we want to get stronger, not weaker. Number 2, you want to lose fat. Remember, strength training, hours after strength training, your body is still burning calories. Your body only burns calories when you do cardio. Your body only burns calories when you're doing cardio only. Once you stop, fat burning stops. Okay, number 3, all right, build strong. I might have missed number 3, but if I did, I'm glad I went over this again. Number 3, build strong bones. That go back to bone density. Okay, because remember, your body is designed to survive. So bone density. All right, so if your bones up under stress, what it does, your body builds stronger bones because it has to deal with that stress that's coming the next time. All right, number 4, alleviate anxiety and stress. Remember about the gazelle in the woods, fight or flight. Okay, so it burns off that stress. All right, number 5, okay, you sleep a lot better. All right, I sleep like a baby. All the stuff I'm telling you, it's from experience. It's not just textbook stuff. Okay, all right. Number 6, it improves chronic pain. All right, when you start working out, you'd be surprised that you don't feel that pain that you used to feel before you started working out. All right, number 7, improve insulin sensitivity, especially for type 2 diabetics or people that's pre-diabetic. It really helps out a lot. All right, well, really a lot. All right, number 8, improve the good and bad cholesterol ratio. So you want to make sure your good cholesterol is higher and your bad cholesterol is lower. Number 9, okay, it improves your metabolism. Okay, you want a high metabolism. You want it to function as best as possible because you want to be able to burn fat without having to work so hard. Okay, I hope that made sense, guys. I'm gonna start making more notes, that way I don't lead y'all guys down a rabbit trail sometimes, because everything I discuss up to this point is not stuff I just read in the textbook and then I'm saying, oh, I'm going to talk about that. No, it's real life stuff that I have experience and that I have tried out over the years. And many people have come to me and say, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? They give me their input and I give them my, experience and what I've learned about it. And it's good. It's a beautiful thing. I am doing something now, okay? I am working on something now, or I should say experimenting as a guinea pig. And maybe I'll share that with y'all guys next week. It's something with a diet. It's a different whole diet program that I'm doing. And the reason why I'm doing this is because it's a guy on YouTube. I'm not even going to say what his name is, because you might look him up and find out what I'm doing. And I had a few people, matter of fact, clients ask me what's the benefit of blah, blah, blah. And so I'm on it. It's really tough, but I think it works. Anyway, I'll probably talk to y'all guys about that next week. Anyway, keep the questions coming. And if share this video, if anyone you know that it can help, anyone you know that encourage someone and help them on their weight loss journey, please share it with them. And I'll see y'all guys at the gym. All right, catch you later. Bye.